Hello, I am Austin Herr with Bane-Welker Equipment, AFS Specialist Lebanon. Today we're going to be talking about the general setup of auto guidance, calibration, and fine-tuning of your machine. Today we have a 380 AFS Connect Magnum. For this particular machine, we have 3 guidance calibrations that need to be completed. For the 3 calibrations, one of them sits in guidance and GNSS, and that is your roll cal. The steering valve and the wheel angle sensor sit in diagnostics and vehicle diagnostics. Once in here, we see a calibration tab over here on the blue, and we can select steering. From this drop down, we have wheel angle sensor and steering valve. The wheel angle sensor will always need to be completed first. Once that is selected, it'll walk you through a set of prompts before the calibration can begin. There's a button on the back of your multifunction handle that will be pressed to start the calibration. At a slow speed, to relieve tension on the wheels, we'll steer fully right and press continue. Steer fully left and press continue, and then we will align the wheels at the straightest position possible and press continue. After that, you can click apply, and that calibration will be completed and saved. Once the wheel angle sensor calibration has been completed, we can click on steering again and select steering valve. For this test, the hydraulic fluid needs to be at the operating temp of the tractor. To begin this test, we do need to steer the wheels fully right and then press the button on the back of the multifunction handle. For this test, the tractor will move on its own. No steering will be required, and you do need a large area to do this test. To perform the roll calibration, you will need an active guidance line to use and a decent sized area to drive the tractor and perform an accurate turn. We'll go into GNSS and guidance, calibration, and roll calibration. For this, there is an auto and a manual. For customers using the manual, that will be very similar to what was done on a Pro 700. For this situation, we will use auto. To begin, we'll click auto and then hit start. As you can see, we have roughly 400 feet to work with. To begin, we will click record for our endpoint, and then we'll proceed to drive to the other end. Once we have reached 400 feet, we can then turn the tractor and face back towards our original starting point. Now that we have done so, we can click record, and here we can begin our first pass. Once we've passed our original start point, our pass is complete, and we can return and do a second pass. Once we're back at our original starting point, for our next pass, we can hit guidance engage and get back up to our 6 mile an hour. We can see our speed as well as our current cross-track error. As the display has prompted, we have completed the pass. We can now take control, and it shows our correction. As you can see, it is not acceptable, and we'll do another pass to improve. We have now turned around and preparing to calibrate on our second pass. We have now finished our first pass of our second pass, and we will turn around and complete the final pass. Now that we have completed, we can move the steering wheel, and we have gotten the completed. We will now click Done and apply the calibration. After that, you can see the last completed date of the roll calibration, and you can return to field use.